Now that I have all the things that are going to be that are different colors grouped together, meaning that if my penguin, all the lines here are all going to be the same color, they should be grouped together. And same with the ironing board, and then same with the ground. Right now I'm working in value, meaning everything is in black and white, darks to lights, and then I will put in my colors later in the next part. But I might find that I want some background colors here, and that needs to be a different object that's set behind. So how do we do that? Let's put in a simple object just for the floor. So I can just take the pen tool and I'm just going to kind of follow where the ground is going to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. And then here I don't see how this is a weird angle, so I'm going to click on that anchor point in the middle just so I can get a straight line coming down. And then I'll go here. This is why smart guides are nice, because it kind of helps you. So now I made this other shape object. I'm going to bring it down to the bottom, and it's the same color as my tiles, so let's give this I'm going to make it a little bit darker color so that you can kind of see the floor. So I now have, I can't group it, I don't necessarily need to group it together because it's going to be a different color, right? This is all one color and then this is all one color. Okay, so that looks, I gotta have a good fill color there. And say I want for the ironing board now, I'm gonna be working in here. I want there to be another color in the ironing board. What I could do is select everything in the ironing board group, go to my shape builder tool. Actually, I'll just select everything, so I'm going to do Command A to select all. And you can see how in here I could make this a shape, I could make this a shape, I can make this a shape, and that way I could give it a color if I wanted to. I could technically keep the ironing board white. See how it's not allowing me to make this a shape, but I can make a shape in here? That's because this part is not connected. So that's why it's not working. If I really, really, really wanted this to work, what I would do is I need to alter these two so that it's touching here and this is touching there, so I can make this a shape. Let's start, and also here. Okay, so I'm going to take the white arrow and I'm just going to grab these 2 points, shift click to select more than one, and I'm clicking and dragging this out, and I'm just going to overlap that. Okay, and then what I might do over here is take this point, and I'm using the white arrow, not the black arrow, because I want to select individual anchor points. I'm going to press shift click to select more than one. I'm clicking and dragging this out so that now actually hits that part, and then I could do the same over here. I like to kind of overlap it because that way I really know that it's touching there. All right, so now I'm going to select all, Command or Control A. Let's get the shape builder tool. And I may as well just kind of simplify this stuff a little bit so it's not messy. So I can just take this, I'm clicking and dragging, and what I might want to do beforehand is hide this group so that this helps me not connect, you know, that shape to the penguin itself. So I've just made this a whole shape, and this is now a whole shape. This is just for making sure my file is clean. It's not really necessary because as long as it's visually looks like what it's supposed to, it shouldn't really matter. But I'm just kind of cleaning things up as I go. So this and combining that all together. All right, now that that is all connected, see now I can go in here and if I click on these parts, they're going to become a shape now that's like around everything else. So I'm just going to go ahead and click in there. You can see it got filled already, so maybe we could fill it with something that's not the same color. And then, so you can change the color here, and then whatever color is fill in here, when you use a shape builder tool, it actually fills it with that color, and I want that part because that's part of the ironing board. And so I'm going to get out of this tool, I'm going to go to the selection tool, I'm going to show my penguin group again, and now I can see that the ironing board has its own object. I can select it. So, and all right. So right, everything is grouped. If you need to select something within a group, what I do sometimes is I take the white arrow, and if you press Option or Alt on a PC, I'm actually switching to a different tool, which is this group selection tool. And now I can actually select that tool, see how it's within that group, so it's kind of difficult to get that, and now you could see how that is selected. So let's change the color, or the tone, the value. I can make it a lot darker, right? Oh, and then this is also connected, so I may as well take these two, and it makes sense now to group those two together because they are actually part of the same ironing board. So I can take that and I can press Shift and click to select multiples, and now that they're both selected, I'm going to do Object Group, Command G or Control G. It's telling me that it's within separate groups, so I have to go and find them in here. But the nice thing is that it's already selected, so I can kind of figure out where it is. So groups get a little crazy, just as layers can get a little crazy. But anyway, that's how you would start to fill, make shapes, and these shapes are going to be your fill. That's going to go behind the, in arrangement, right? Arrange, set back, set forward. I'm putting it behind the line objects. And another way to do that is to just move these in here in the layers window. That's the same as doing an object arrange, send to back, send to forward.